Hello friends and welcome to Gardening with Creekside. Today we're going to take you for a little behind the scenes look at production. We are going to take get a little update on how the plants are growing for both the online and the retail, and we are going to kind of show you the process of how we ship plants, because we have got some amazing customers that have ordered from us online this year. So we want to give you a little behind the scenes look to show you what all is involved and how your plants come from Creekside Nursery here in Dallas, North Carolina, and then get to wherever you are. So we are in the big house, as we call it. It is the big production house, and everything in here is going to be for the online stores. We do have a couple of things that are in here for us and our gardens, but as you see, everything in here with those orange signs is going to be how we identify the plants and how we get them to you and get them to you correctly. So for example, right here, we've got the coffee cups and some coleus. So everybody has a SKU number. They have a location, because here in the greenhouse, we have the kind of divided into different sections. So we have section 301, 302, 303. And then if you can see on the post, we also have letters. So like this is going to be section M, and then it goes L all the way down. So when folks get, our great people here at Creekside get their pick list, it'll say, you know, section 301M. And they know that they can come here and find the strawberry drop coleus. So that is kind of how everything is laid out, and why you see so many little orange signs. So every orange sign is a different plant, right? And so we may have, like thinking about that strawberry drop, we may actually have 3 different crops of strawberry drop. It's just a different stages, right? Because we want to supply those plants so nice and fresh for our customers, whether you're in a zone 10 and you order and you get your plants early, or if you're in a zone 5 and you order that same plant and you get yours 2 months later because of your last frost date. So that is how we do it. We've talked to you about how we have plants that we are growing outside, annuals and perennials. So that is what is behind me. This is actually what we call section 300, because it was 300, 301, all the way down. And they are doing really, really well. We are blessed here in North Carolina, of course, that we have a very long growing season, and there are certain plants that like to grow what we call cold. They do really, really well. They grow nice and tight and compact. Now, it is kind of early in the morning and they did just water. But for example, this Super Bell's yellow, nice tight habit on it. All of these are Super Bells right here, and you'll see that they're not what we call leggy. They're nice and full, and they've got beautiful roots popping out the bottom, but they're not stringy and leggy. This is how we like to have them to grow and to send to you. And then look down here, oh my gosh, then we go into Super Tunias. So then one of the new ones this year is the Super Tunia Tiara Blue. And y'all, look at this. Is it not gorgeous? Next door is Bermuda Beach. So incredibly beautiful. One of you sweet customers sent me a picture of your plants that you've already received from us, and you had the Tiara Blues in it. And you're like, oh my gosh, they're gorgeous. And I'm like, yes, honey, they sure are. So again, growing these petunias where they're nice and tight like that, that is perfect. They're going to ship to you beautifully. And when you open up that box and you see those beautiful flowers, it is a sight for sore eyes, right? It gets you so excited. So we have the annuals on this side, and then we have perennials that are nice and developed, have great root systems, and then they're over here on this side. Now, the expansion part that Jerry and Jackson worked on throughout, gosh, they started it in the winter. I'm gonna come down here. There's a hill. I can't just walk across, or I'd have to jump down. So part of that expansion was that we could grow those plants outside. And so we have let me get out of the way. Cece wants to come. Oh, nope, yep. Cece's grabbing some plants for the nursery. But so out here, just to kind of give you an idea, We have this whole bay right now is going to be, those are perennials for the garden center. So they're nice and potted up, and Jerry's got the sprinkler systems out on them. And so they are growing and getting ready to be down at the nursery once those roots develop. So whether it's like Shasta daisies or the phenomenal lavender, there's just tons of different ones throughout here. So all of these are 1 gallons for the garden center. And then over here we have the shrubs for the online nursery, right? And so again, you see all of those little orange tags, makes it super easy. When we come to pick, you're looking for maybe the number instead of, you know, the plant itself. So that is really exciting. So one thing that we want to talk about, because it is March, right? Well, yes, it is March. April is next week. We are in North Carolina, a Zone 8A. Of course, these shrubs, they come to us from Spring Meadow Nursery in Michigan. And so you might get some of your plants that are still, if they're deciduous, that they are breaking dormancy. So I don't want you to be freaked out if you get a plant, let's say like the #1 plant right now that we're selling, and even from last year, is El Nino. So here we have an El Nino. Let me grab one here for you. I don't want you to get your El Nino that's going to look like this and freak out. So you can see that it's mostly sticks, right? And you're like, oh my gosh, it's dead. No, sweet pea, it's not dead. It's just breaking dormancy. Look, we have leaves right here. They're all right here. This is all going to bud out. My El Nino that is up at the chicken coop has absolutely no foliage on it right now whatsoever. So you'll see some of them, you know, are in different stages through here, but they all have those little buds. So you're going to see this mostly on those plants that really like it warm. Of course, like right here, you got your lemony lace elderberry, right? Nice little growth on it. It has broken dormancy, very happy. Your Cedar Rapids, that is going to be an evergreen, doing really well. Then you have like, I mean, just some, I just want to get you an idea. So when you get your plants, maybe you're not freaked out that your Mr. Poppins just has a couple of little leaves on it. As soon as those temperatures warm up, it is going to be very happy. Of course, like your spireas, man, they're one of those things that pop out right away, even in our gardens. So this is double play doozy, nice, beautiful foliage on it. And then you come back next door and you've got a hydrangea. So Invincible Ruby is getting some foliage on her as well. Same thing with that Winecraft black smoke bush. So just keep in mind that when you get your shrubs, especially these folks early on. So if you're in a zone, I think we're shipping zone 8 right now, so 8 and above. So if you're in those zones, and we're going to be shipping you shrubs within the next, I don't know, 2 weeks or something, you very well could easily have shrubs that are just now breaking dormancy. Again, it is okay. It is nature. They are popping out. They've been sitting out here since we got them. So just know that you don't have to, quote, protect them, and they can go outside. They've been hardened off and they are good. Now, if you suddenly have a hydrangea, let's say you have a Macrophylla hydrangea and it is completely flushed out, you've been having wonderful, beautiful temperatures, and it suddenly goes down to like below freezing, yeah, you're gonna wanna cover it just like I would if it was in my landscape, because you know those temperatures. It's like 80 one day and then bam, the next day is 29 at night. So you wanna protect that. But hopefully we'll even out and get through some of those times where those temperatures even out and it's not so crazy. We've got plants everywhere, y'all, like literally everywhere. The greenhouses are full. We have them sitting outside. Again, we can grow petunias outside. These were just potted up. We've got like bubblegum and jazzberry and all sorts of things. These absolutely can grow outside. We've got more perennials out here. These, of course, are for the retail as well, because remember, here at the retail, we do most of the perennials are going to be in 1 gallons. We do offer some that are in those quart-sized containers. Of course, online, everything is going to be a quart. Your annuals are going to be a grande, which is whether you're here at the garden center or online. Those are grandes. And then Here at the garden center, you'll have shrubs that are, say, like in 3 gallons, 2 gallons, and then so forth and so on. But online, your shrubs and your perennials are going to be quarts, and then your annuals, of course, going to be those grandes. Now, before we go into shipping, we're in greenhouse 1. Let me show you something very exciting. So remember, I did a video about the new introductions, the 2026 new introductions from Proven Winners. Well, there was a couple of them that were not blooming then. They're blooming now. So let me show you. Oh, so exciting, especially the new Super Tunia Vista. Oh. Okay, so let me flip around right here. This is my little corner that has the new intros in it. So one of them that was not blooming was that Safari Lava Flow. This is that new James Britannia. Look at that. Beautiful, like a true red. The tag to me shows a little bit more orange. This is definitely red. Red with that yellow eye. Oh, so pretty. So this one has just started blooming. And then here we go. Here is that new Vista. I discovered this yesterday. So this is that Super Tunia Vista Cool Jazz. Look at that. It is a very, very soft lilac color. Gorgeous. And then, like if you put it with the new, this is the Mini Vista next door. Was it Pink Cloud? I think it's called. Very soft pastel colors. But there you go. First look at the new Super Tunia Vista Cool Jazz. Very exciting. So exciting. Love it, love it, love it. All right. Now, let's head on in to the shipping, and we're going to kind of walk you through that shipping process. All right, my friends, so here we are up in the annex. Of course, you know the annex. We've been here many times before. So we're going to kind of walk you through a little bit of that process so that you know how your plants get to us. So here we have it. Step 1, your order has to be printed out, and you have to get your pick list. So this is what Amber is doing, and so she prints out these pick lists for the folks to go ahead and go get. So this is going to Allison in North Carolina. So this is what's going to happen, like what we talked about before, but you can see those locations, and so it tells you in the greenhouse where to find those. So that's what happens is, you know, Amber gives these out, the guys grab them, and then they go hunting for your plants. So what happens is they go hunting for your plants, and then they put them on the racks. And so this is what it looks like, right? So with every order, we put them in like a little plastic Ziploc bag just to keep them from getting wet. So we put the order number on the tray. And so this person got 2 plants. They got the pink cashmere and the saffron finch. So this order is pulled. So there you go. This is going to Oregon. So here we go. That is the order. You can see that they've checked it off. They've got it. And then what happens next is, let's see, Edgar is doing that today. So what he's doing is he's pulling the orders, right? So he's got all those right there. And then right now, everybody is getting bagged up. So this just protects the plants. So when they're jostling their way to Oregon, they stay nice and secure. They don't fall out of their containers, because y'all know how the shipping goes, right? So they can play basketball with your with your boxes sometimes. So taking this step really does ensure that the plants stay nice and intact in your container. Now, not all of the plants are going to get done that way. So there's some right here, there's different super beanas right here, and you'll see that not all of them are done. That's because their root system is really well protected. So then what Jesus is doing is he's going through and verifying all the orders. So he has his scanner, he has the iPad up there, and he will go through and scan all of those barcodes. And then if you heard that little ding, that means that the order is correct. He has got all the numbers, all the plants are there, and they are good to go. So we don't have to worry about the orders being incorrect. And so what happens is that you can see up here on the iPad, hopefully that will show, they got 6 pink cashmeres and then 2 more pink cashmeres. So a total of 8. And then you just verify all of that. So That's the step that we make sure that the right person gets the right plants and the right number of plants. So then all it does is it just slides on down the line, and then Debbie is the master of packing. So as those come across, she looks at the order and she kind of eyeballs them, okay, and says, well, there's so many in this order, and so I need either a 4-count box, an 8, a 12, 16. We have all the inserts up here so she can grab them. And so like right here, so she's grabbing that order, she's sliding it down, she's looking at her numbers, she pulls out the packing slip. Everybody gets a cute little card. I get out of her way. She grabs her box. She needs that 16-count box because there's a good little number on there. And so she forms the box. Now notice she doesn't tape it. So the box is just sitting there, and then she pulls her inserts. It flips out. All these we have to pre-make those and put those ahead of the game. And so then she gets them. She slides them down into their cute little brown paper container, and then down they go. So notice we designed our boxes so that the box height is the perfect, just the paper sticks up just a little bit. So that provides a little bit of cushion. So when you close the box, that paper holds it in, and everybody is perfectly snugged down into the containers. That way, as it's going through the system, it's not super wiggly. Everybody stays nice and tight because this order is going to Joseph in Washington State. So it's got a long way to go. So she's getting all those in there, and then I'll show you here in just a second when she gets done with that one, because that's a good little size order. Then it's going to move on down the line. All right, so as it passes through Debbie, then Catherine gets the packing slip. She scans it. She scans what size box it is, and then it will print the packing slip. So out it comes. She slaps the shipping label on it, and then she passes it down to Jackson or whoever is here. Jackson sends it through the tape machine, and this is such a fun little tape machine because it will tape the top and the bottom. Sends it down to Alberto. Alberto then takes it and stacks it up. So it is, again, like I said, early in the morning, and today is Friday. So sometimes on Friday we don't ship quite as much. It depends on where it's going because certain parts of the country it could sit, other places it keeps on moving. So we're very strategic on how we ship on Friday. So the past couple, oh gosh, all this week, the past couple of weeks, this week, maybe some last week, we've had 2 UPS trucks come every day to fill them up. So at the end of the day, I mean, that is quite a large section of boxes that are headed out here. Now, let's talk about what happens when you get your box, right? So, of course, right now we are shipping, everything is going by UPS. So whether you are 5 minutes down the road or you're, 500 miles away, it doesn't matter. It all goes through UPS. And so we do our absolute best when I tell you that we have done everything that we can think of to ensure that your plants get to you nice and safe. We grow nice, strong plants. We wrap them. We pack them. We have created boxes just for this. Once they leave here, it is completely out of our control. And again, as you know, different delivery services, different delivery guys will treat boxes all sorts of different ways. We have on our boxes, you can see that we have arrows on the box on 2 sides that say live plants, please handle carefully, arrows up. But we will, of course, get messages from folks, and they're like, my package was delivered sideways or it was upside down. I know. We feel your pain. It happens to us too. So what could your plants look like when they get to you? One, they could be absolutely pure perfection. There is not a leaf out of place. There is not a piece of soil out of place. It is as if we lifted it straight from Creekside and put it right on your door. Or you could have had some jostling, right? So it is completely normal to have some soil that has come out of your container. Even if it is wrapped up in the plastic, you could still have soil jostling out. Absolutely normal. Plant's just fine. You could have maybe a plant that has some it's been squished a little bit. Again, these plants are very tough. They can be squished, and that is fine. We just simply say, take them out. If you have plastic wrapping on your plants, take the plastic wrapping off. There is going to be, if it has the plastic wrapping, there's going to be that metal staple on there. Just rip the plastic. You don't have to take the staple out because it can be a little challenging to get that out. We have to make it challenging so that way it can hold on to it. Or you can just get some scissors and cut the plastic off. You want the water to drain, right? So get that plastic off. Let them sit in an area that has some nice bright light, some sun. If they're a little dry, give them a little bit of a drink of water and just let them sit and let them acclimate to your climate for a day or so, right? Just let them get used to being there. If you have something, let's say, that has been a flower has come off, perfectly normal. So for example, right here, we have somebody's getting a lot of the saffron finches. If it's in a box for a day or so, these flowers are probably going to be done, right? They're just going to fall off, just like natural if they were out in the landscape. But you've got buds. They're going to open up and they're going to flush out and be just happy as can be. Let's say that this super beaner right here, this is the peachy keen. Let's say it comes to you and this branch right here is snapped. Y'all, again, totally fine. All that's going to do is create a thicker, bushier plant. It is not going to be a problem whatsoever. And especially with those plants that you're going to see more like later on in the season, your coleus, your basil, those maybe that are a little bit taller, your salvias, we're going to go ahead and prune some of those because they're going to be really tall and we don't want them to have been crushed a lot in the shipping process. Again, when you prune those plants and you snip those back, whether it's intentionally or unintentionally from the shipping damages, all that does is create a nice, thick, bushy plant. If you have a problem and something just comes absolutely destroyed, like it just clearly UPS played, soccer with your package and it is just an absolute disaster, we want to hear about that. So what we need you to do, this is all in your instructions in your box, but you need to take lots of pictures. Take pictures of the box, take pictures of the plant, take pictures of everything. And then you need to email those to us within 24 hours of receipt. If it's more than 24 hours of past receipt, then that kind of nullifies, yes, what we can help you with. Because if you leave your box sitting out on your front step for 3 or 4 days, yeah, it's not going to be a good thing. So we need to get that information as soon as you can. And then we're going to walk you through that process. Is it simply a matter of, yes, it just needs some water, put it outside, let it get acclimated, and then you can plant it? Or is this something that we need to take care of and replace the plant or do a refund, right? So we're going to walk you through those steps. I would say 9 times out of 10, it is simply just a matter of fact of they got damaged in shipping, and we're going to walk you through exactly how to take care of them, and they will bounce back because, y'all, these plants are tough. So that is kind of that process of how everything goes. And so just so you can see the faces behind Creekside, we are truly a small family business. We are not this massive corporation. And all the folks that you see here, these are the people who are taking care of your plants. These are the people who are growing your plants and taking care of them, picking them, and getting them to you. So that way you have the garden that you want to have for this season. Of course, so how do you know when your package is being shipped? If you go to the website, we have a banner across the top. We do this kind of every growing season, every shipping season. And so we will give you an update at the top of the banner, like what is shipping right now. So we're already in the 8s. So like zones 8s, we're in the 8s right now. The other zones higher have, those pre-orders have been shipped. So as they come in, of course, we work those in and get those out as well. Just so you know, we're probably running about 2 weeks behind of what we had originally anticipated, simply because we had a colder winter. Yes, the greenhouses are heated, but sometimes you just need the good Lord to give us heat and lots of sunshine to get some of these plants going. So just know that we are working as hard as we possibly can, working 6 days a week to get these babies out to you And so if you will just hang tight, again, you can check the website to see what zone that we are shipping. So if you're in a zone 6, honey, you got plenty of time. We're in a zone 8. Your last frost date isn't even close to coming, so you're fine. So if you can just kind of hold off on those emails and saying, you know, when's my order going to ship? I'm in a zone 5. Y'all, I promise, you got plenty of time. We're going to take care of you. We're going to get those plants out to you. So check. If you have a question about when is my zone going to ship, go to the website, look at the banner, see where we are, and that kind of gives you an idea of what kind of the status we are in the shipping. But we are, I promise, working as hard as we can, getting all these orders out to you. And we greatly appreciate all those great pictures that y'all are sending. I love it on social media. And you're like, oh, my plants arrived. Like, look what I came home to on my front porch. And you're posting those pictures of your boxes, your Creekside boxes on your front porch. It is fun to see, and we are excited for y'all. As always, we so appreciate you. You know, stay tuned. There's always something going on here at Creekside. So if you have found this fun, informative, inspirational, please like and subscribe the video so that way you don't miss those 5 videos that we send out every week. As always, y'all have an amazing day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.